What's up, world? Welcome back to Charge the Game Podcast. I'll be your host, Chuck, and today we are back with news on Bronny James. That's right, Bronny James. We all know that Bronny James had the cardiac arrest attack, the USC practice facility, and that everybody was worried about him. But there has been an update on his heart. But before we elaborate more on this topic, I want to ask you guys to do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button to the bottom right of your screen, and also hit that notification bell so you guys can continue to get the latest drop when I'm dropping my sports media content. Back to the video. Now, so we know that, a lot of shit happened with Bronny James, right? It was, a lot of fans of Bronny James, a lot of LeBron James supporters, even me, like, not saying that I got something against the kid, but obviously, I'm not too much of a fan of, LeBron James, but I think that he's a good person. And that obviously it's not ideal to see a kid, go through stuff like this. I do think that Bronny James is a great kid. He seems to have a great personality. I've seen clips of him, on Instagram, and, obviously this guy gets all type of NIL deals, gaming deals, clothing deals. He's just doing his thing, but he's a superstar son, so I expect nothing less of that. But I wanted to get into something that, I'm a little worried / iffy about, if that makes sense. Says here, and this is from CNN.com, and this was released, August 26th, a few days ago. Says here, Bronny James, son of LeBron, has congenital heart defect, family says. So when I first looked at that, I was thinking to myself, like, yeah, it sounds like something to, put in the media to, rest it, make everybody be at ease, right? You got to think about the scouts, the NBA scouts, who are obviously going to look at this and take this very seriously, who are going to closely monitor him throughout his years of progressions as he continues to climb the NBA ladder to make it in declaring for the NBA draft. For those who don't know what a congenital heart disease is, I have it pulled up here. It says that congenital means present at birth. Congenital heart defects, also called CHDs, are heart conditions that a baby is born with, right? These conditions can affect the heart shape or how it works, or both. CHDs can be mild or serious. Obviously, in my opinion, I think that this is serious, right? For a few reasons, right? One, how can you determine how hard to push yourself knowing that you have a, heart condition that is, obviously that you're diagnosed with right at birth, right? So it makes me think even if basketball is for Bronny James, right? You got to understand that the pressure that Bronny James is under to live up to his father or even come close to it, right? You literally have to push yourself. You literally have to watch what you eat. You literally have to watch, your cardiac surges. Like, you got to watch all of that, right? So it makes me think, I hope that, this wasn't something that people are just putting out, to die down the noise or to kill the noise, which I hope it is. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really do hope it is. You know why I hope it is? Because if this is true, Bronny James won't be able to play basketball that long, right? We see Marcus Aldridge, and everything he went through. There's no escaping it, right? If you have, heart deficiencies, man, it's just hard to migrate through the NBA or, any type of sport, knowing that you have that condition, right? You got to also look at stuff like this, caffeine. A lot of these kids, even the regular person who works out, a lot of these kids like to take things that, boost their energy, or, things they drink, or, maybe you got an NIL deal, you sponsored by energy drinks, man. You got to be real careful with this type of stuff, because you can't take this type of stuff and perform at the level you would want to with this type of heart disease, right? If it's a congenital, heart disease, you got to gauge that. There's no way for you to really know how much or how little you can push yourself. And to play it safe, it's just best to push yourself as little as possible. But in the process of doing it, how can you stand out, right? How can you stand out to, NBA scouts, and how can you move up in rankings with this type of condition, right? We're going to keep reading here. It says, it's an anomically and functionality significant, significant congenital heart defect, which can and will be treated. The family statement said, the family is very confident in a full recovery and a return to basketball in the very near future. We will continue to provide updates to media and respectfully reiterate the family's request for privacy, the statement said. Anyway, So what I'm getting here from this is that they're expecting to get over this and he'll be fully recovered. But I pose the question, how can you fully recover from something that runs in your family? How can you fully recover from something you were born with? I mean, it's a birth defect. Like, I understand there's all type of surgeries that you can have, but man, this kid shouldn't be going through all of that. I'm just being honest, guys. Like, and you got to realize too, right? That's a scary feeling. Imagine being a 19, 20-year-old kid, or, and you literally have a heart attack. That's something you expect later on down the road in life. Knock on wood that, this doesn't happen to him again. But you got to think about the mental nervousness of it all. Like, if I'm Bronny James, I don't know like how fast to go. I don't know if I should ease into it. I don't know if I should, attempt to work out as much. Like, you just don't know, right? And it's always going to be in the back of his mind, on what happened to him. And when stuff is on your mind and you're hesitant with a lot of things, it's a domino effect, right? You may not shoot the ball. You might not lay the ball up because of a certain burst or movement that you may have to make, and you're scared because you're hesitant, because like you don't know, if you're going to hurt yourself or make yourself use too much energy and exert things that torque and trigger things. And I don't know. You see how complicated it is just for me to even think about. Imagine how he feels. You know what I'm saying? So I saw this video and it just made me pose a question, because I know the guy, Kel Sonnen came out and was just like, LeBron James is taking PEDs, and obviously his son is too. I'm not going to say that Bronny James is doing all of that. I just think that it's very hard to, accept the fact that this is something that you're born with. You know what? Just because your dad was a superstar, it may not be the route for you, man. Like, and I'm saying this as a caring person, because you got your whole life ahead of you, Bronny. Who am I to tell you not to play basketball? But I do think that it's very hard for you to play a sport that, relies on your heart to a lot. So I don't know, man. Like, I understand, like they putting stuff out here, to calm the fans down, and everybody's worried. But what people are worried about is obviously something that's out of Bronny's control, right? So them talking about a full recovery had just kind of puts me all over the place. I don't know, man. You guys let me know what y'all think. Y'all think that Bronny James should, think about, trying a different avenue in life, maybe taking over the family business with something else? Do you guys think that he should put his best foot forward and just leave it all on the court, and whatever happens? Like I said, you guys let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Like always, like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let me know how you charge the game. Peace.